Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Clint Neal. Today's video is about HIT training. HIIT stands for high intensity interval training, and I'll be discussing what exactly it is and whether you should be doing it or not. My main reason for wanting to do this video is I see a lot of YouTubers post at-home HIT training, and some of them are 45 minutes long and that kind of thing. And that's not truly accurate. High intensity really refers to 90 to 100% of your max effort. So I'll go into greater detail later on in this video, and I'm going to make it pretty short as to what high intensity really means and why it's beneficial for you to work that hard, and why it may be better to tone it down some and not work quite that hard. So I'll be talking about that as well. Now, I'm not trying to discredit other YouTube fitness professionals by no means at all. There's a lot of great videos out there, a lot of great trainers that know a lot about health and fitness. But the high intensity part is taking the difficulty and how hard you're working to a whole different level. A great example of that is, I'm sure most of you have seen somebody run on the treadmill for a minute and then rest for a minute. Then run on the treadmill for a minute and rest for a minute. That is true that is interval training. That is not high intensity interval training. Because if you're working at 90 to 100% of your maximum heart rate, you are only going to be able to perform at that high a level to be in that zone for 20 to 30 seconds, give or take. So a full minute is more than, that's twice as much. So there's no way you're going to be able to work out that hard, no matter what kind of shape you're in. The other thing is, a lot of people will focus on the rest period. However, that is really up to how good a shape that person is. I might need more rest than you, you might need more rest than me. So essentially, when it comes to the rest period, you rest as long as you need to, so the next hard exercise bout, the high intensity part, is still performed at a very high level. So personally, if I could do 20 to 30 seconds of sprinting as hard as I can, a minute may not be enough rest for me to be able to perform again at that high intensity, at the quality of where I need to be for that. I might need 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Somebody else might be able to do it in 45 seconds of rest and then still perform at a higher level. So it's not a cookie cutter thing where everybody could do the same thing at the same intensity level and it's perfect instructions for everybody. We're not built like that. We're different. And in fact, I'm probably not in as good a cardio shape as I was a couple months ago, just because I don't have access to as many exercise toys as I used to. However, I'm still in pretty good shape, so I really had to kind of play it by ear at how high I want to work out, how much time I need to rest in between sets, and that kind of thing to get the most bang for your buck. Adding lifting weights to your cardio can get you up into that heart rate zone, but it's different types of cardio with usually lesser weight. Men or women that want to use heavier weight in the gym, yes, it will get your heart rate up, but it won't put it to that 90 to 100% of your max. Even if the effort is there and you're lifting heavy, your heart rate isn't going to respond the same when you're lifting weights as when you're doing maximal cardio intensity. Like, I'm sure you must have seen at some point when a man or woman is trying to hold their breath for a long period of time underwater, going for some kind of record or personal best. If you notice, they hold their breath and they're trying to be as motionless as possible. You don't see them swimming hard. The reason why is, obviously, if they're working out hard, their body and organs and muscles are going to require a lot more oxygen. However, the more motionless they are, the less oxygen consumption they're using, and therefore they will be able to hold their breath longer. This is why when you're working out at a high enough intensity, you might think it's hard, but once again, if you go past 30 seconds, you're not really giving it your all. So it's almost like you have to use the honor system, and just keep in mind with your own ability and not let the ego get the better of you. One of the benefits of HIIT training, or the high intensity interval training, is the increase in EPOC, EPOC. EPOC, wasn't he one of the characters in Matrix Part 1? Anyway, EPOC stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. So essentially what that means is that, like, for example, right now, I'm just standing here talking to you, not really working hard. But had I done a HIIT training workout and then do this at any point of the day afterwards, I would be burning more calories now, basically just standing here, than I would be if I'm still standing here and not followed by an exercise that difficult. So what that means is the higher intensity you put into a workout, the more you get out of it. However, it depends on what kind of health issues you may or may not have. And that would dictate how hard you can push and whether you could push that hard safely, whether you have heart disease, high blood pressure, emphysema, whether or not you have a bunch of orthopedic issues. And that would be unfortunate, but you can't most likely get your heart rate up to 90 to 100% of your max intensity if you have, lack of a better term, these handicaps that can hold you back. Now, it doesn't mean you can't work out hard and you won't still benefit. Absolutely, you will benefit from it. But remember, the high intensity part is taking it to that whole nother level, and gives you that good metabolic boost. But other types of exercise can give you a great metabolic boost as well. So hopefully this video was helpful, and you can decide if HIIT training is right for you. Certainly if you can do it, it is good to incorporate that type of high intensity exercise into your routine occasionally, and just listen to your body. It might make you sore. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're so sore that you can't perform the next day at work or doing other types of exercise, then yeah, definitely listen to your body. And if you also like me to do a HIIT version at home, well, I give you examples that might be HIIT like exercises that you could do at home, because once again, it really depends on the person. So some of those exercises that I could show you would be tough enough for you, others may not. So you could make any combination and kind of do it buffet style. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again next time.